Well, hello there, strangers. Welcome out to the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast, episode number 17. I am AJ.
And I'm Steve.
Steve, who are we brought to you today by?
I left for the beach last week with a girlfriend and returned with a fiancé.
Yay!
There's a bunch of fanfare and lots of folks are saying, well, it's about damn time. So there's that.
Better to get it right the first try, hey, chap. Well, Steve, what are we commemorating episode 17 with?
The Great Lakes Imperial Oyster Stout.
Nice. From?
Great Lakes Brewing.
From?
Cleveland, Ohio. Let's see if this beer, in fact, rocks.
Yes. It smells just dank. All right, here we go. That is not as sweet as I thought it would be, but it's still...
No, that's... It's good.
It's very good.
That's a good glass of motor oil.
Normally 11% beers are a bit sweeter, but it might be all the oysters. It is an oyster stout.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Go shuck yourself. Cacao nibs. Steve, read about the Imperial Oyster Stout for the lovely viewers. That's in size 0.5, font, Arial, narrow.
I'm too old for this shit. To celebrate our Pearl anniversary, 30, we added fresh shucked oysters and cacao nibs in this special Imperial Stout, symbolizing the hard work and sweet memories we've shared over 30 years of independent, family-owned craft brewing. Savor the rich, chocolatey flavors and subtle, salty finish as you help us toast the next 30 years.
Cheers to you, Great Lakes. Great Lakes does the Elliot Ness.
Yep.
That's
the most ironically named beer ever because he was a prohibition agent.
Yeah.
He was a total badass, but he was fighting for the wrong side.
Every time I hear Elliot Ness, I think of...
the kid from E.T.
Yes, definitely. I don't know how he fit in that bike. The rap, it was a California Love. There's a song, there's a line about Elliot Ness.
It must be the same guy.
I don't know why, but I get Elliot Ness and DB Cooper mixed up, and they're not close to being anywhere near the same era. DB Cooper, you know who DB Cooper is?
Totally drawing a blank right now. Was he the guy that founded Cooperstown, home of the Baseball Hall of Fame? Nope, super.
Quite the opposite.
Author?
No, he was the one that hijacked the plane and stole, like, I think $2 million, and then parachuted out of the plane, disappeared. Nobody ever found him. That's boss.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have taken me about another 19 guesses to come even close to it.
Oh, boy.
Did you know that 50 years ago, the 747 debuted?
Today? Roughly.
A couple of days ago.
Nice.
Thanks, podcasts. Yeah, I think it was first unveiled to the public, and then the first flight was about a year later. And then by August of 1970, the first plane hijacking had happened on a 747.
There's got somebody's got to be first at everything.
A flight to San Juan got rerouted through Havana, but 7 hours later, the rest of the passengers and crew did make it to San Juan.
All right.
So your honeymoon could have been a touch more entertaining.
Oh, I'm glad it wasn't. Somebody's a worrywart already, and it's not me in the relationship. So when did the Concorde start? Was that the 70s?
60s, 70s. I know it got decommissioned around the time of my 22nd birthday. Thanks, Wikipedia.
I find the flights of them more comical than the actual plane, if you know what I mean.
That nose cone's untenable, though.
It's unleavenable. So Steve,
it's like as it's. I think once it's out at speed, the nose cone lifts up, but when it's parked, the beak's lowered.
Yeah,
and this looks goofy.
It looks like an origami crane.
Yeah, it does.
Steve, did you notice anything different in here?
It appears that at my 6 o'clock. The rains are getting blessed. Did the Hurricane Florence teach you nothing?
There is that. But I also did. I moved some stuff around. I got my plates higher up. And then I have that in a different design. I kind of like it better.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then I got the Power Glove and the cat poster right there. So, who wants to hear a funny story about that particular map of Africa that was made in 1965?
Does it?
Look
That
at
predates the.
Egypt's not even on there. It's the United Arab Republic, and then it's Egypt in parentheses. The United Arab Emirates is not on there. Yugoslavia is still on there. It is, well, the Congo, but then it was Zaire, and now it's, I believe, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Whatever. I don't know what they changed their name to. They're like Puff Daddy. They just, it's the same thing.
My immediate thought when he said it's from 65, like, it's going to have, no, that predates Biafra by 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's the namesake of the Dead Kennedys guy. It spun off of Nigeria and lasted from 1967 to 1970.
Yeah.
The great irony of the stage name, of course, being that it's Jell-O, a non-nutritive food product, combined with a country that starved itself to death.
But was it green Jell-O?
According to this map, it might just be. At least altitude-wise.
Did you see there's a shirt that has a town in Niger and it says please?
All right, so folks in Nigeria are Nigerians. What do you call the people from Niger?
Or actually, I believe it's supposed to be Niger is how it's actually pronounced, but
Niger, please.
Nigerians.
Yeah, that's Nigerians and Nigerians. Pardon.
So story.
How do you like your geep?
Story of African map acquisition upon request.
Yes. What did you do? Steal it from an old school?
No, my brother did. All right, so
thanks, Greg.
Yep. Greg was born in 1965, and I believe this was in his middle school years. I believe the story, and I'm paraphrasing, but I'm pretty sure this is how it went down. They kept taking turns on who could steal stuff out of the classrooms, and nobody noticed. Well, then it finally got to where they bet Greg that he couldn't steal the map. And he goes, yeah, I can steal that map. They're like, there's no way you can steal this map out of this classroom. Well, the teacher had left. The class had been, I guess, adjourned for the day. Adjourned. It's been a long time since I've been in class.
Dismissed. Same effect.
Disadjourned.
Disbarred.
I missed. That's what sitcom with Roseanne on it was. It was disbarred. So he goes up, literally just grabs the map off the wall, walks out the door and onto the bus with it, and nobody stops him to question. I assume because they thought he was supposed to be doing it, but nobody asked him. So he took it to my grandparents. So he and my dad lived there, and they put it in the closet. Well, she passed away in '99, and well, guess what? Guess what was left behind in the closet, what we found after she passed away? The map of Africa. And now I have it, and now it's blessing rains here in the studio. And it's a great story, and I don't think I'll ever get rid of it, just so I can keep telling that story.
There was a restaurant that Kayla and I ate at in Southport that had a 1967 world map printed in England. That was pretty cool looking. And with the dim lighting, it was really tough to nitpick the differences on the map at the time.
Yeah.
But all I could see was a fine print. Like, all right, when's this from?
What was the... it was of England?
No, it was a world map, but printed by blah, blah, blah Limited in 1967.
Gotcha.
And the wear and tear, particularly at the bottom part with the tanned parchment.
Yeah.
It still had the same wear and tear of it.
Yeah, you can see it's been ripped, so I've clear taped it. It's not a copy of the Declaration of Independence. I'm pretty comfortable putting clear tape on it to preserve it. So, somebody has
see if you can get a reprint of the same map.
Hey, Mr. Randmark. I thought it was Rand McNally. It says Randmark 4 at the top. What is it? A Lincoln? Or R and Mark. Rand Mark 4.
That does look like Rand Mark 4, and the fact that the first four letters share the same name as our dear currency in the bottom of the map to believe they'd be related.
It's Rand McNally and Company at the bottom. I see it now, but I don't know who this Mark fellow was.
The Kalen's distant cousin Mark.
You met him?
No.
Oh, well, you probably will soon. So I know you just did it and everything, but is there like a very tentative timetable for when nuptials will occur?
No.
Occur. Tupac Shakur. Occur. English is speak, becoming hardness.
Ain't no calendar big enough for this event, son.
That I cannot fucking wait. And no pressure, but I hope I'm in it. Emily and I had a 1.5 year long engagement. Her cousins, Jack and Jenna, had a 7-month engagement. That is pushing it. That you don't realize. Now, I'm assuming you guys are probably going to have a pretty low-key wedding, I would think. We tried that. Didn't work. But the amount of things you have to cram into wedding planning, it's just... I see now why people just elope, which Laura did. To Laura Stringfield, she and some very European-looking dude. Emily's bringing me a spicy chicken sandwich home from Chick-fil-A.
Sweet.
You want anything?
If I may.
Yep.
the best fastest chicken shack is free fastest chicken shack.
You want a spicy chicken sandwich?
That'd be easier than thinking.
All right, make it 2, 1.
Or make it a combo with a Coke Zero, and I'll hit her back when it's back. Financially. Goodness. Terrible phrasing.
Is anybody ever really comfortable with finances? Not
no.
Anybody we know. Combo. All right. Well, I mean, you got... If I were you guys, I don't even think I'd have it anywhere in 2019. I think I might wait till 2020.
Just to have that as the wedding date, and it's going to make it super easy to remember.
I'm thinking February 20th, 2020 to 2020. Seeing as how there's not a 20th month.
Says you.
Yet. Or February 2nd. Then it'd be 2/2/20, regardless if you're here or in Europe. At 2/22. Ooh.
The 2nd of February 2020 is a Sunday.
It's cheaper to get married on Sunday. Ask me why I know that.
But that's what you done did, isn't it?
It is. And we had a very secular wedding, which is in and of itself ironic, don't you think?
If I thought.
I had an idea to do 3-car garage Germany.
Okay.
But I also had an idea to do 3-car garage cars of our birth year.
Ooh.
So is that more... do you want to do all the countries that really we could pick 3 from? Or do you want to do...
I think the fact that we were both born in the 80s gets some more bizarre results.
True. Well, it's your call. All right, you know what? Let me get a coin out. I don't have a coin. For the first time ever, I actually washed these jeans.
Flip a credit card?
Well, I still have...
What, had you been freezing them prior?
I still
that's
have...
the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I know. I still have the casino token from the casino that Sean Preston and Karin gave me, but it's the same on both fucking sides. So we already know how that's going to turn out. You don't have a coin on you, do you?
No.
Well, fudge.
I think the best I could do is flip an expired credit card.
Yeah, that might actually have to work. I don't see a coin in here. I got a guitar pick. One side's clean, and one side has writing on it.
This too works. So what do you want to establish? The writing as the head?
Yep, writing's head and bear as tails, because why not?
Bare ass?
Yep. Reminds me of my honeymoon. So heads is going to be 3-car garage Germany. Tails will be 3-car garage our birth year.
Do best of 3 or just whatever happens, happens?
Whatever happens, happens. All right. Germany.
Go to Thai Deutschland.
I don't speak German other than Guten Tag, and you will need a nurse because it's from Family Guy. Du wirst dich in Krankenschwester brauchen. Emily wants to know if I want a combo too.
So
nah.
do you want fries with that? You want fries with that?
I'm going to eat her fries.
Okay.
She doesn't ever eat all of all of her fries.
Or I said no. Like shit. I'll eat spare fries.
We just pile all the fries in the middle and just. I'm not opposed to eating on mic at all.
The audience would be.
Fair enough.
Yeah, keep the equipment clean, keep the room clean. Gesticulation on mic is quite frowned upon.
Even though I burp into it all the time.
Well, yeah. Do you burp with the frequency you chew?
I know a guy who did. Yikes. Well, I'd say February 2nd, 2020 would be great at 2:22 in the afternoon. Might as well just keep it going. I always thought that's kind of cheesy, but it's kind of neat too, because you'll never forget your anniversary. But by the way, I don't understand how people forget their anniversaries. I mean, it's one of the biggest days of your life. Don't you think you really should remember that day? I mean, that's not me being just an apologist for women. That's just being a common sense, smart,
courteous sort of thing.
It's a courteous sort of thing. It's like forgetting her birthday. Like, give me a fucking break.
And for what it's worth, her birthday is on the 26th. My birthday's on the 26th. We got engaged on the 26th.
Oh, Thomas.
This is the most... You might as well eat a mic at this rate. This is the most unprofessional podcast ever.
Thomas, yet again, you're on the podcast because you've called me during one of the shows.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, that's not really unfortunate. It's unfortunate that I'm sick and go eat some food.
Well, get back.
Enjoy your podcast. I hate everyone and everything.
Well, we love you, so...
No more bratzel for you, Thomas.
Yeah.
Hey, you didn't provide that bratzel for me. I mean, I'm just saying, later, if you want to, you can tell me what to say and not to say.
Okay.
Later.
See ya. He might be on pain meds again. Brendan invited me to another of his biking events that I probably can't go to.
You'll probably be playing, and I'll be in Atlanta that weekend for a beer festival.
Yeah, I told...
My 11th out of 10, or 10th out of 11 Decatur Beer Festival.
Math is also becoming hard now.
Pardon?
I will not be going. A, I don't have a bicycle, and B, I'll be probably working, but playing that night, but I am considering stepping down at the first of the year, so $3 pay cut per hour? Yes, most likely. 6:30 to 3 Monday through Friday.
That would be a case of beats working.
Pick your battles, yeah. Well, the thing, too, now I was explaining to Emily is that music money is extra money right now. This would have to be music money being, I have to keep this for income money. Mm-hmm. I'm not in a position I have to actually make a decision, so I'm just going to kind of sit and stew on it, and it behooves me to do that instead of go to another company because I still get all my vacation and my benefits.
Yeah, that's about the only argument for sticking with the company I'm at now, should something actually pop up, since the hours suck, the work sucks, but after 13 years, 4 weeks vacation sure is nice. Mm-hmm. Although I proved incredibly too popular yesterday upon arriving back at work after vacation that, by golly, all hell done broke loose again, even on the quietest week of the month.
Isn't that funny how people... I'm not saying they don't appreciate you, but when you're there, it's like, okay, it's just another day. You're not there, and oh my goodness, where is...
It is the classic case of you're not appreciated until you're absent, that, just kind of quietly keep things moving.
It's cheesy hair metal song, yeah, don't know what you got till it's gone. And I don't remember who that is. I think that's Elon Musk's brand, Tesla. Musk's? Why did he have to resign from CEO? Do you have any idea? Or he had to resign from... He gets to keep... He's still the CEO of Tesla, but he had to resign from something.
Chairman and a fine.
$20 million.
I
have no idea.
Where's that casino chip of yours? Just drop that on the table for effect. I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure his appearance on Joe Rogan. Like, oh my gosh, he's got the jazz tobacco on him. It's so terrible. He's
wacky
crazy.
tobacco. He's in California and it's fucking legal. And by the way, the man is so rich and he's doing so much good in the world. Just be glad he's still wanting to do good in the world, because he could at any time just sell everything and go, fuck everybody then. I'm just going to get me an island and sit on my island with like 20 Scandinavian women just fucking my brains out while I drive my Ferrari every day. Like, I mean, he could do that very, very easily. Well, who is it?
Cinderella.
Oh, about time for them to find their slipper.
That doesn't ring a bell at all.
I've heard of Cinderella. I just
I've heard of them, but don't know
the song.
The song, yeah, it's like third tier hair metal. Haven't gotten there yet.
It's
Come
diet.
on, Spotify.
It's diet hair metal, but like all the
reggae metal.
Warrant was actually they were talented. Like the song Uncle Tom's Cabin, the intro is beautiful, just beautiful. The only thing they're known for is cherry pie.
Yep,
that's just how. And Jenny Lane was very sour about that for the last couple of years of his life because
I think
it was a throwaway song.
Was it on? I think it was back when VH1 was still a thing that he was on. I think it was like I Love the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
They had him on there talking like then it became cherry pie this, cherry pie that. We're hosting cherry pie eating contests, and I fucking hate that song.
Yeah. He was like, shoot myself in the fucking head for writing that song. Because the name of the album was Uncle Tom's Cabin. And they were like, there's not a radio hit. Just write a radio hit for us and bring it back to us. He said he wrote it in one night. And he didn't give a fuck about it. As soon as he gave it to the executives, they were like going nuts over it. And well, that's the music business for you guys. So the moral of the story is don't put any of your heart or your soul into your music. Just put some crap out there and hope it sticks to the wall. Yep. That could be anything, though.
And why I'm not getting my beach cabin deposit back.
Oh. Man, y'all had some just really good post-engagement coitus. We have to have that frog beer now.
Okay.
Not made from real frog. Thanks, PETA. Hoppin' frog.
Yeah, we really lucked out with... Gotta get my keys out of the bag.
That's not the saying. That's not how that goes. Guess the foot's on the other hand now. Emily watched Airplane. No smiles cracked the entire time. Thomas's friend Will. No smiles cracked the entire time.
What the fuck, NASA boy?
Exactly. Well, I guess it would have been called Space Shuttle. He would have liked it. Although Airplane 2 was in space. Yeah. In space. No, I can't go to that. That's Toby's birthday, and we're playing that night. He's doing it October 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I don't have a bicycle, so I would just have to walk beside them or get a tandem bike.
You get one of those rentals that are everywhere around downtown.
That's true. It reminded me of being back in San Diego again. That was nice. Some of them were just the electric scooters.
With what haste do you wish to injure yourself?
Well, I'm not the clumsy type.
No, but tiny wheels plus cracks in sidewalk plus pedestrians plus stray animals plus a stiff breeze.
It's not the only thing that's stiff.
Heyo.
Listen, what I say, Steve, we are drinking a Hoppin' Frog barrel-aged Outa Kilter Scotch-style red ale aged in whiskey barrels. 8.2%.
I didn't even pay attention earlier. Like, I just knew it was Hoppin' Frog. I know it had their IPA. I know it's good. So
yep.
This sounds completely different, but based entirely on that other beer of theirs, it was good. Therefore, this sure sounds the part too.
Yep. Hoppin' Frog is from Akron, Ohio.
Got a very Midwest theme going on today.
It seems it.
What the Buckeye?
The rich and malty character of the Scotch-style red ale is masterfully complemented by barrel aging, as the angels share, in quotations, slowly evaporates, resulting in a wonderful concentration of flavors. The full flavor experience goes one step further with the vanilla undertones and the oak wood of the barrel adding a savory, satisfying depth of flavor, ultimately creating a wonderful sensory experience. 8.2%, 86 OG, and 23 IBUs. Well, there's only
6 original gangsters.
Original gangsters.
All right.
Not, no imitations here. Oh, wow. That's, Jesus. Tap dancing Christ, that smells just like bourbon. Ooh. Oh, my God. That's a new top 5. Oh, wow.
Well, isn't that just the frog's ribbit?
It's ribbited for my pleasure. God, that's fucking good. Wow.
Everybody's heard about the
frog. Frog.
Hop,
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 frog is the
frog. Hop, hop, frog. Frog.
Hoppin' frog.
Frog.
Yes.
Frog.
Remember when Quagmire is the frog on Family Guy and he goes, ribbity. That is de-fucking-licious. Oh, it's so good. 3-car garage, Germany. And after this, we're going to have to start picking birth years and other shit like that because I can't think of another, because we've done America, England, Japan, Italy. So we've done those 4.
There is Korea, and we're going to have to brush up on stuff that never made it here.
Yeah, but I can't think of... man, I can't think of 3 Korean cars I would like... Although the new Stinger is actually really nice. I watched DeMuro's video on the new Continental, and now I want one.
I've driven a few of those. It's very nice, and nobody's buying them. Because the only 2 that I've bought were courtesy of the...
You rich devil,
driven,
you.
Yeah, borrowed,
there we
valet parked, whatever. Or by the gentleman who happens to run a local Mercedes dealership, as well as a local Lincoln dealership. Thanks, Mr. Spitus. You're a pal. Who's your favorite Cuban? And a cigar.
Yeah, I can't... There's Korea. Yeah, there is. I mean, there's France, but once again...
It's, tough to hammer that out when they haven't sold anything here since the early 90s.
Mm-hmm. You could do Mexico. I hope you want 3 Mastrettas. That's all you're getting.
While it was not the best mechanically car I had, it was the fastest car I had, was the VR666 GTI.
Yep.
Was from Puebla. I know, something about building plastics at 7,000 feet just doesn't lend itself to the best build quality.
Yeah.
But it was a big piece of junk. But, clutch went out. Well, this car will do 70 in second gear. So while that's warming up, I'm not stranded.
Even the go-kart won't do that. I think I am at... I kind of, when I'm shifting that high up in the rev range, I'm not really focused on my speed quite yet. I'm worried about the money shift for S2000s since there's not a rev limiter.
Oh.
I've seen a lot of videos of first to second to third to second, boom. Yep, it's not a good sign. It's not a good grenading your...
I think this is why you need beater S2000 to experiment. Make sure the camera's rolling.
For sure. It's funny to have a car that redlines at 4,500 RPMs and one that redlines at 8,200 RPMs.
I thought the Jeep was at least at 5.
It's 5, but
at 300K, are you really pushing it that far?
No, I've redlined it
like
3 times. Like I'll get it up to about 4,500. After that, I'm sure. You know what? I'm sure it would do it, but just on the off chance that it won't do it, it doesn't need to rev that high anyway. It's plenty torquey.
I think now that I'm well beyond the lunar unit, I haven't redlined the car. That had been at $8,000.
Mm-hmm. But it's still.
But at least it would, still starts runs.
It'll very happily do that.
I think a few of those ponies have got up and left.
We could tune it. Have you seafoamed it?
No.
I thought about seafoaming.
We took Kellen's car to the beach.
It's better gas.
Well,
you know what?
Pretty comparable gas mileage, actually.
But,
like, say what you will about CVTs, that thing does do incredibly well for being slightly bigger, slightly heavier, all-wheel drive. No, obviously wrong transmission, but it's all-wheel drive, and for, on the island there was standing water.
Yep.
And waded through that just fine.
It's all-wheel drive and not four-wheel drive?
That's an all-wheel drive.
Wow.
Four-wheel drive is typically something you can turn off. The all-wheel drive systems are typically, going to default to either rear drive or front drive by default. Mm-hmm. And should it slip, it'll kick on the extra axle.
Right. The old ones were four-wheel drive. The old CRVs were four.
Yeah. Parked next to an old one that had like real-time four-wheel drive, or maybe we're using that phrase yet. I don't know if that was a switch on, switch off. And then my neighbor had a 1990 Vanagon, or no, the little Civic wagon from the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah,
like the pre-CRV.
The Vanagon. The Vanagon. The Vagabond.
Whatever proto CRV was, I wanted that car. It was an automatic though, but it was red with white wheels. It was freaking cool.
Red with white wheels.
Yes. That doesn't need to make any sense. It was a really cool little thing. I think she easily had the best car of the neighbors across the street. So Anna had the 90-91 that. Kurt's first car was an 82 Cavalier. Scott's first car was an 80 Buick Regal. And they're all comparable in age to my siblings and me. Mm-hmm. Just with two comical beaters and one actual practical thing.
Well, since we haven't done this in 3 weeks, I almost bid on a 94 Jeep Cherokee, a Grand Cherokee, with a manual transmission, which they made 800 of in 93 and 94. 800.
I knew there was such a thing, but I thought it was only a first-year thing, not a first and second.
It was first and second, and it was 800 total. And even weirder, the 93s and 94 Grand Cherokees had an 8-slot grill in the front, and not a 7-slot grill like every other
Jeep.
Every other Jeep, Grand Cherokee or Wrangler, had a 7-slot grill, which is why Hummer got sued by them when the H2 came out, because they had a 7-slot straight front grill. Jeep sued them and won, and Hummer had to pay them a lot of money. So, way to go, Jeep. And fuck you, H2, because it still exists. FUH2.com still exists.
Speaking of other strange things I valeted, was an otherwise immaculate H2, except for the door trim on the interior passenger side, because the guy used this as hunting vehicle, and his dog had chewed up the entire interior door card.
Oh my goodness!
This thing, otherwise it's in really good shape. I'm just it's a hunting truck. I don't care. That's probably the best use of an H2 ever.
Now, the H3 was actually not bad looking, and you could get it with a manual transmission. But it was the inline 5 engine.
Yeah, so how's that Gutless Supreme? What, 4,200 pounds and a not 200 horsepower engine?
Do you remember those days of Big Red?
Yeah, not fondly.
Foot down, 40.
Uh-huh.
An hour later, 48.
Well, but that truck had the VVTIO.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Not nearly as fun to say as VTEC, but Toyota's similar technology.
True. I heard a weird pop in here, but fuck it. Doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't. It's got to upgrade that because we got to have guests, too. We've already got a lot of people wanting to be guests. Thomas wants to be a guest. Kirkman wants to be a guest. Mark wants to be a guest. Sean Preston wants to be a guest. So many guests, so little time. Oh no, what will we do? Sit here and drink more beer and talk shit to each other.
Okay.
We'd be doing this anyway. We might as well just record it. Well, Germany, which 911 do you want?
964.
I don't know numbers. I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to say 93.
That would be a 964.
Okay.
So the one that following the original run,
yeah,
where they cleaned up the looks, cleaned the bumpers.
I'm gonna.
And after sitting stagnant until about 5 years ago, they were almost cheap for a while, and now those are worth bonkers money. And then the 993 is the later one. Like, apparently, listening to all the Smoking Tires and Spike's car radio, I still can't speak Porsche.
No, it's the same way with BMW with E.
Forget it. Yeah, and it like especially once it was no longer the E series. Like now it's Fs and Gs, and the 2019 3 Series will no longer have the manual option. So therefore,
it's dead.
Oddly enough, the 3 Series is dead.
Yeah. So that's the 92. That's pretty
anyway.
much the exact model I would get.
Yeah,
That's. This is going to be one we're going to have to agree on and have the same car in the garage because that's my favorite year of 911. And that's the last of the air-cooled?
No, the one beyond that. Or let's say if you go with that, I'll go with the next one. Look up 97, 98, 911.
Okay, before the fried egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the last one, but Porsche was in such rough shape by that point. They sold very few of them. And that was about the time that they were coming up with the Boxster and then the Cayenne, and those cars saved the company.
I still would like to have a Cayenne GT, like the V8 6-speed.
Same thing.
Yeah.
What, they build 3 of those? Or sell 3 of those here?
I don't know the sales. Are you going to look it up? Because that'd be neat.
I'm looking up something for your eyeballs. Sorry, crowd.
For their earballs. So for car 2, I'm inclined to say an 82 to 86 Mercedes turbo diesel with a manual transmission, 4-speed, just for stately cruisings. But I'm going to leave pretty much every BMW out of it. I'm not a Beamer fan. Ooh, that's the last air-cooled one.
Yes.
And it's got the turbo twist wheels.
It does.
I like that.
Yeah, the
that I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
The 993's got a nice ass, y'all.
It does. That's pretty. All right, so I'll take the 964, and you'll take the
993.
993.
Oh darn!
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Can't have a redhead. You got to take this sultry brunette. Well, fuck.
Story of my life.
Me too. Emily said, "What was your type before you met me?" I said, "Tall, pale redheads with glasses," and I married a short Chinese woman with red hair. Or red hair. Take 2. All right, this is Hoppin' Frogs.
The strangest colorblindness ever.
Black Chinese girls with red hair. I'm not opposed to the idea.
Oh, check Pinterest later. What?
Pinterest forum? Oh, that was Penthouse. Never mind.
Dear Pinterest.
Dear Pinterest.
Been reading you since 1974.
German.
The first 2 years behind the bathroom door.
German car makers. You got. We just went Porsche, but there's Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, Pagani. Is German.
Italian styling with German engines.
That's all the German then. It's Audi.
I mean, unless you really want to stretch it. Yes, I'll have an Opel. So yes,
thanks, Cadet.
Or here we called it a Saturn Sky.
Yeah.
Because that was a striking damn car.
It was, and I very much told you why you can't take that car on a road trip. Did I ever tell you that?
Because you can only travel with a thimble?
Yes, the Solstice and the Sky, you cannot take anything in your trunk with the top down because the top goes into the trunk when you fold it down. Brilliant engineering, guys. Brilliant. It literally goes in the trunk. You do not have a trunk.
It knows it's a toy.
Yep. The S2K is a toy, but it's a Honda.
Yeah, but it's... You could still fit an Emily and a half in the back of it.
Yeah. I think my favorite German car company is Mercedes. even though they have the least amount of manual transmissions available.
That said, the AMGs make the right noises now.
Oh my God.
And the new M3s, M4s sound like wet farts.
They really do.
It's untenable. It's all turbo motors.
Well,
yeah, you don't have to make it sound like my dryer is going to explode.
Ask Japan how turbo motor cars should sound. They sound good. German or BMW inline sixes, turboed or not, they just don't sound good to me.
I always like the inline six motor non-turbo noise, which then I would land on the E28 M5, the late 80s M5. When I valeted at the Greensboro Airport, I got the drive one. This was what you call a gray market import, oddly enough on a gray car, where all the controls were metric, or like all the dials were in metric, all the controls were in German, and this was after 3 years of high school German, so some of it even made sense.
Hello, Nightmare.
And me at 18 could already describe this thing's ride as kidney bruising. I don't know what's going on here, but I want it. Also there, I got to drive an early E55 and a C43 AMG.
Ooh.
I like the C43 better because small car, big engine.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Although I wouldn't turn down, say, E55, E63 wagon. Just to have Mommy Mobile with 400, 500, 600 power.
What about 1989 Mercedes 300E AMG, 6-liter V8, 375 horsepower. That's pretty by today's standards too. But
yep.
It's auto.
Yeah, but I can't imagine that it'd be terribly difficult to swap that in with a Tremec.
Maybe.
I mean, once you got the car and you can keep it running, why not make it run the way you want it to run?
I'm gonna go mid 80s 4-speed turbo diesel Benz that's super duper clean, because I don't think you could ever get an S class with a manual. It'd have to be an E or a C.
You could get the like a 92 S class.
The coupe?
That I don't know. The one after that, I think you could, as well as the sedan, but only with the straight six. But then you've got the smallest engine powering the biggest car.
Yeah, we keep on coming back to that for some reason. Oh, by the way, the 6-speed transmission from the Wranglers right before they went to the Pentastar V6 were still the 4-liter. So I could bolt in that 6-speed transmission to my 4-liter Jeep.
The last one with the 4.0 in it, like an 06?
Yes. Here is the problem. It was made by Mercedes, and it is very widely known
as being
that it's
a transmission made of glass.
Garbage transmission. Absolute garbage. And if you're looking to hypermile your Jeep Cherokee XJ, you bought the wrong fucking car anyway. So the best I've ever gotten was no AC in late October on the way to the beach, which is all downhill.
So it's going to be mid-October, close enough. So next week.
Yes. So it was that weather where Emily's always cold. So I had the windows up, but I didn't have to have the air conditioning running. So I could have the windows up, or at least
electric
moderate.
blankets that you can just plug into the cigarette outlet.
Yeah, I need one of those. So I got 25 miles per gallon, which is probably
that's the best mileage I got out of Big Red.
Yeah.
That was driving like a grandma coming back from Charleston.
And that thing was that's kind of an indoctrination of me though, because my Jeep is 500 pounds lighter than that truck was. So, but yours had a 4-cylinder still, and mine has a big old school push rod inline 6, which that love.
Truck seemed to consistently get 21 regardless, without serious pushing one way or the other. It was like going to Charleston, driving like a maniac. It got 17.
How about
driving like a grandma on the way back, less hurry, got 25. It would always get 21, city or highway otherwise.
My 68 Dodge D100 got 13 mpg, regardless of if you were by yourself or you had 3 people in there and a load of lumber in the back.
The engine is running. What do you want?
318 V8. I'm looking at Jalopnik's most unlikely cars with manual transmissions.
Ooh.
Permission to continue?
Do what thou willst.
BMW 850i. We knew that.
Unfortunately, that V12 is hot garbage.
Oh, yeah. We went over that. It has 2 ECUs.
Yeah.
One for each bank of
love or
cylinders.
hate him, Hoover had one.
Oh, yeah. It's
and
beautiful.
It was super fucked. Maybe the 840 is not such a bad idea. The V8 was less terrible. And then I'm thinking E39 M5.
This is what I'm thinking.
Always like
8 Series
them.
LS swap.
Yeah. It's like being a purist. Yeah,
Exactly.
It's like, do you have the car that looks the way you want it? Cool. Do you want it to make it run? That'd be nice too.
I'm gonna tell you about my awful but awesome idea.
Awesomeful or awfulsome?
After we get done with 3-car garage, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
But Mazda 5 is number 9, which I know you could get that with a stick
Yep.
too.
If ever I have to get a minivan, a 2015 Mazda 5's it.
Well,
Because then it's got only the lowest spec ones had it. I mean, how hard could it be to retrofit?
don't say that.
Interior bits.
Well, you're not going to need a minivan anytime soon because
No.
your missus and you and me and Emily all share the same. Okay, 8 Porsche Cayenne GTS. We just talked about that. Lincoln LS.
Yep, knew
But-
that. Only
but
the,
with a
only the
6.
V6, and then you've got a 4,000-pound car with another gutless Supreme.
Hey, Hummer H3.
But just for. It's funny. It's like we know all these answers, but it sure is fun to have it verified on the interwebs.
There
Go
it
find
is.
yours today.
There it is. There's what I'm number 5 Mercedes-Benz S-Class sedan. Oh yeah, that's my choice. So
Wait, is that the sedan or coupe?
that's a sedan.
That's got 4 doors.
That has 4 doors.
Huh?
I didn't know that.
Because that looks like the SEC.
The S-
That was like the super Cokemobile of the late 80s. Like the guy at Radwood that put going doors on his.
Yes. I want 4-door gold wings. That would be so cool. Steve's mind is blown. And if he plays his cards right, that's not the only thing that's going to get blown tonight.
Everybody Wang Chung of the night.
The S-Class,
what?
the S-Class is all about effortless luxury, right? Nope. This one is about being maximum badass. My dad had an S-Class Mercedes with a manual transmission in the 80s. It was a custom AMG show car imported from Germany back when you could do such things. 540 SE AMG wide-body conversion, one of only a handful of 4-door wide bodies ever to exist.
How big is your hand?
I'm doing that. That's my choice because there's more than one made. I think that should be the new criteria.
Can I get that in a wagon?
If it's not a one-off, that's going to be our new. If
Yeah.
it's not a one-off, if they made more than one of them, then it's a production car to us. And we make the rules here. If you don't like it, you can go fornicate thine self.
I was going to say, just make your own podcast.
Wouldn't be as fun as this one. Nah. Dodge Ram knew that.
Which?
Yeah, exactly. You can get all of them. You can get the top spec model, like the 3500.
I think recently the 1500s aren't, but the 25s and 35s still are, much like the
Look at that shifter.
Oh, hey there, Jackleg.
Yeah,
Dodge Ram. Like, well, you need to specify when.
True.
I've got a list going in my head of automotive death dates. BMW 3 Series. I presume that includes 4 Series that, all right, next year, they're dead.
Mm-hmm. Well, number 3, Volkswagen Passat W8 4Motion. And a stick.
Yep, heard of that. May the Stig have mercy on your soul if ever you need that car serviced, because that's a lot of engine in a tiny space,
Yeah.
and either your wallet will kill you, or your knuckles will kill you servicing it.
The old sign at my buddy Jimmy's house, hello Jimmy Ainsworth in Macon, Georgia, it said, "The Busted Knuckle Garage, repair and despair under one roof."
Nice.
Number 2 is a Cortez motorhome. It's a
I don't know what's going on here, but I want it. Like,
I don't
that's
know.
way cooler than a Vixen.
A manual motorhome sounds like the best punk rock band fucking name ever. We are Manual Motorhome.
I was going to say that sounds like the best sex move ever, but hey,
The manual
whatever works.
we will, off camera, we will discuss what that actually means. Chevrolet Astro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's yours?
No, mine was an Auto Tragic. It was only a special few K cars and Dodge Caravans hiding sticks in the cabin, but Chevy Astrovans too.
Colin's folks had an Aerostar with a stick, and when their neighbors bought it, it was an 87 in beige, and they sold it to their neighbor, and still see the van driving by once in a while. It's got 700,000 miles on it.
Prosthetic limb beige. Gotta love that. All right, so
No, I don't.
I've picked a 964.
All right, so we got us an annoying Elfer and your choice of German speedy
S-Class
sedan.
sedan, yes.
Doesn't have any criteria to this. Like, so what do you want next? An Izetta?
That's what I said. So you're next.
Not now, Mr. Urkel.
Yes. Jaleel. Take me seriously. Actually, I used to watch the shit out of Family Matters.
Totally. Yes.
It's a really
but-
awesome black comedy that's not by Tyler Perry. Because Tyler Perry fucking sucks. I'm sorry, he just fucking does. DJ has my back. He said he makes all black dudes look bad because he makes the same jokes. You know what? Never mind. What your second choice?
Third, rather.
No, what was your second?
The E28 M5. The first M5.
That still had the V8, right?
No.
10?
No. The straight 6 out of the M1.
Oh, okay.
It was a hand-built engine that was just black magic out of the late 70s.
Tire wet? Wrong
The only
black
thing that's
magic.
What?
Ooh. I forgot to get my paper.
Pardon? Oh.
All
Do
right.
you need any more paper?
No, for all
I know a
I got a
place.
bunch. For all your your viewers, our viewers, or listeners, whatever.
Wait, you're actually watching this on YouTube? Like it's
So they had to before we were on LiveSend. By the way,
no, you listened to it. Like, are you just staring at the same thing?
CBG.
What are you gonna do? Like, have like nothing but that, and then like at frame 17, like I don't know, flash a dick pic at him. My favorite Dick Trickle in the aviator sunglasses and green jacket.
Yeah, that's the best name ever. So I have a pen and paper. I have to write down the descriptions in a funny style that complements both mine and Steve's sense of humor. Facebook, or we're still on Facebook. We're on YouTube, but now you can go to
MySpace.
LiveSend or CBGPod.libesend.com, and you can actually either stream it or download it, and you
That's
don't have to eat up all your...
liberated syndication for y'all.
Liberated, yes. I do that every time. Libsyn, right? Libsign.
That's at least. I'm going to start my own podcasting service called LibCosine. It'd be Libcos.
Don't go off on a tangent.
Oh, wait, that'd be too close to Lycos. Wait, is Lycos still around? Could I just buy that? And that would be liberated cosine.
Ooh. I had a GeoCities
There's
web
a joke
page.
for nobody. Yeah, that became, Lycos GeoCities or something? Like, who are they, what they do, and where they go?
My brother had a GeoCities page of creepy shit because he was into the macabre and stuff like that. And then me being 12,
Was he the
13,
original Last Podcast on the Left?
without the voice, yes. But he was Bytor, Bytor was his handle. And he had a creepy website about creepy shit. And he's the one that taught me HTML, which I remember the very, very basics. If like 1 is a novice and 10 is a scholar, I'm a 2 at HTML, so I do still understand.
The only script that matters is scroll.
I don't get that. Oh, that
have to
script.
adjust.
Oh.
It's like so you could adjust the speed of it. So
Yeah.
you can make a slow one. You can make a fast one. You can make a backwards one.
Ooh, fancy.
This is all my Wolf Web days.
I got-
just posting dumb shit.
I've got some Foothills stickers for you. I won at Pour 64 from their Foothills Tap Takeover last week.
You had the wind stickers?
I won the glass, the stickers, and a T-shirt that
Oh,
has
I
a
was thinking,
big
like-
foot on it, and not that big foot. By the way, Joe Rogan has a really funny bit. I like his podcast. I don't watch much of a stand-up, but he said you're more likely to find Bigfoot than you are to find black people looking for Bigfoot. He said the only people that look for Bigfoot are unfuckable white guys. I was like, well, that's actually very true.
What about if our Afro-American brethren simply just want Jack Link's beef jerky?
They have to mess with Sasquatch. I've seen the commercials.
They just go over to the store and buy some.
Or go to the
They'd be
gym.
good work.
There's plenty of Sasquatch chai at the gym. I don't know what the plural of Sasquatch is.
Sasquatch eye?
Plural.
The Sasquatchy?
Pl-
Sasquatches?
oh.
Is there only one? Like, is it Loch Ness Monster? Are they hooking up?
Sasquatch
Is that
are
why we
like
can't find them?
Highlander. Sasquatch or Highlander. There can only be one.
That's ridiculous. My mother drives a second-generation Highlander. There's not only one. Fuck you, Toyota.
You know what?
That should have been a Land Rover name, damn it. Instead, it was a Freelander. Nice escape.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, that was the only car to become of the BMW Land Rover marriage.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a-
good. Fucking good.
It's like, during which the X5 came out. Like,
Do you want hilarious?
speaking of oddities with stick shifts, first gen X5 as well as first gen X3.
anytime, like there's a guy who comes in our store who drives the BMW SUV that looks like the Hunchback.
Oh,
X6.
The X6 or X4?
It's
Does-
X6.
Does your sport utility vehicle have too much space? Have we got the thing for you? Oddly enough, that stupid concept pioneered by Acura, the ZDX.
Okay.
Fuka, ooh! And they had the good sense to kill it after 2 years, but
3 years too long. Yeah. Even if they made it with a stick, it's still garbage. It's hot fucking garbage.
Sometimes I like to say, these things make me envy the blind. Mm-hmm. That does. Anyway, dude at store doing a thing with the stuff with the horrible car.
Yep, he drives the X6, and he's in there every day buying lottery tickets. Every day. Not every other day. Not I see him once a week. He's in
Dude.
there every fucking day.
Dude, you already lost at gambling. Stop.
Yeah, well, he's there every day. And sometimes his kids are there with him. He's probably late 30s, early 40s, and his kids are probably in their teens. And I just want to ask him, like, how much money do you waste on this shit a week? Because if you were really lucky or you were really good at lottery, you wouldn't have to keep playing. Because the lottery, as I've always said, is a tax on people who are bad at math. Because that's true. Now, I did enter to win through Omaze and Donut Media. I entered to win the McLaren. I donated $25, but you donate it. What they do is they take your donations and they send it to prostate cancer research. They send it to. It's for a good cause, and it just so happens that you get a raffle ticket, an raffle ticket. If you win, you get the McLaren. I was like, well, you know what? It's a win-win. I'm donating money to a good cause, and I might win something. Lottery, you're donating money to nothing because it's not the education lottery. It's just you're
Funding
giving
itself.
It's funding itself. And if you
What,
think you're going to win,
those horrible Tuesday ads aren't paying for themselves.
no, and I'm glad the lottery's here.
Wait.
Oh,
Today's Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
Tuesday.
I ate my tacos already. That's all the lottery I fucking need. Hey, Andy, we're out of beer. We need more beer. What do you want? Yes.
Tall one.
The tall one is the low strength one, unless you want to go Oscar Blues 1050.
You have one?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
We drank lots of oogity boogity boogity.
Steve, I would do anything for you. I love you.
You won't do that?
Well, no, I will do that.
Closer to Mike.
I will tell you, when I saw the picture of you and Kaylin together, I teared up a little bit. I was so happy I'm serious. Like, I was so happy that after the shit you've been through, that you found your special person, because we all have too. And I teared up so, like, I really did. I'm about to tear up right now, but I have to see what I'm pouring, so
do what you need to.
I'm so happy for you, man. Like, for real. So now if we just get jobs we don't both hate, we'll be in really good shape, because we'll hit the lottery in the other ways. I gave you way more, but you deserve it. So
I'm curious, if we hold these glasses lower,
will it clink
any better?
All right, so no,
better, but not good.
These are crystal glasses, and for some reason, when they have liquid in them, they don't clink at all. But no,
screw it. We're now drinking from wine glasses, even for things not wine.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, it was a lovely sheen that came together pretty quickly.
I figured, because you mentioned you had the ring and you were looking for the right time. And in the back of my head, I was like, well, they're going to be at the beach. He might do it then, but I don't know.
She had a suspicion, but didn't know when or if.
No, she knew.
It's like, that would happen.
Don't give me that shit, Kaylin.
She's not listening to this unless she's on it again.
True.
So far, only in studio guests.
She was.
You were on mic. So back at Christmas, Dad mentioned to me that there were some heirloom rings that would be at my disposal when time came, and this was about 20 months into us dating. But he offered me this information unfettered, like unprodded, just, oh, hey, by the way, we have stuff. Mm-hmm. Which automatically says, my folks like her too. I mean, I knew that much, but to offer, oh, by the way, here's vintage gold status.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Never heard anything else surrounding that. And then, I guess about end of August, early September, it was right before the hurricane that I asked my folks, so, about that jewelry. Yes?
You lucked out. I had to spend actual money for it.
It's pushing. This one only cost me a grandmother.
It's not too soon. It's still funny. Remember, you're sitting across from the unoffended. So.
Got you there, though. Oh, goodbye, 1991, you magnificent bastard.
Yeah, that's long enough.
Yeah.
No bones about it.
Yes. What's up, Florida? I was like, yes. Thinking about doing a thing, so they got stuff. Here it is. Do we will with it? Use it? Trade it? Fantastic. And this was just before the hurricane hit. That, all right, they've got it ready, picked it up. And it was blind luck. It fit. Because I hadn't even checked to see if this is going to fit a size 6.5, or talk to her sister that had all the information regarding ring sizing and styling. Well, material wasn't it, since it's a gold ring with tiny square cut diamond from 1946.
My dad's birth year.
That was the engagement ring that my mom's dad gave to her mom August 8th, 1946. And they got married. No, Christmas 46. They got married August 8th, 47. I think that's what the dates were. So it was an 8-month engagement. Like getting married roughly 2 years after the end of World War II. That's pretty damn cool.
Very. Well, there's a lot of baby boomers in general, but and that's not a baby boomer, but
kind of how it operated.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? You get back from war and you see your spouse in a while. Bumping uglies is number one on the list because it was for my grandparents because my dad was born in 1946 because he got back from Italy, which, by the way, my grandpa made some pretty bomb-ass pasta since he was stationed in Italy.
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
He was the cook in the army, and he was stationed in Italy, so that son of a bitch could make some fucking pasta. And I hate that he only lived till 89, but...
The year?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
wait,
the year.
The year or the age?
The year,
either
not
way,
the age.
That's the time.
Yep. Yeah. He only lived till 89. I remember going to the wake, but that's it.
You'd have been three. Yeah.
I remember going to the wake. I don't remember making my lunch the night before and then actually bringing it to work with me the next morning. But I can remember going to my grandpa's wake when I was 3 years old. So
things less mundane.
Yeah. Well.
But on the cheerier note, well, the tradition is asking the folks for approval. So, of course, why not wait till the last minute? So, prior to leaving for the beach on Saturday, the Friday night before we're taking off, well, by noon, we got the go-ahead that the beach house is still there, it's open, it's ready to go. Cool. Because there was a bit of suspense there if, A, there's a beach house to go to, and 2, if it's usable, or if we can even go for the whole week, if at all. Otherwise, do we need to find a place last minute in Tybee that's far enough south away from it all?
I mean, it's not
Could
a
have been
bad
the same effect.
Not a bad second choice.
But yeah, that all came to be, and everything we wanted to do was up and at 'em, and except for Oak Island Lighthouse is a pain in the ass to tour, so learned that. It was like, you need a 2 weeks notice. Like, you got a 2 days notice. What do you want?
Yeah. Top of the Lighthouse would have been a cool proposal.
That had crossed my mind. But yeah, so Friday night before we leave, so went out the store, picked up some stuff, picked up the various cheap whiskeys to partake in along the way, because everything's better as an old fashioned. Speaking of cocktails, AJ's in love with The Godfather, not the movies.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Half amaretto, half whiskey. Oh, it's so good.
And apparently, not all expensive whiskeys are created alike. So just get some Cousin Henry, you'll be all right.
Yeah, fuck you, Jefferson Reserve, $55. Kiss the fattest part of my ass.
That's funny. You're skinny.
Well, there's a fat part of it. There's a fatter part of it than the rest of it, I assume. Kiss something.
Awkward transition. Anyway, yeah, go to the store. So she's home. Like, I'm going to go out and pick some stuff up. So what do we need? Whiskey. Neat.
A whiskey neat?
On
the rocks.
Did I tell you? Yeah, I like the muted a bit.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, get some stuff. But, venturing around Mint Hill. Well, New Folks Place is in Mint Hill. And conveniently located exactly midway between where we're sitting here and my new place, 5 miles away. So, yes, I was at the ABC store that Friday. And after taking care of stuff, call her mom. Hey, you guys home? Yeah? May I drop by to show you something? Yeah, we got company, but yeah, come on over. Oh. Cool. So, make it over there. ring, knock, whatever, ringing the doorbell.
Banana phone.
Yeah, and then like her mom gets the door, like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" Like, and then like meet their friend from in town from the Raleigh area. And immediately shoot the shit with him. Like, I've never seen this guy before. Like, he's living in Raleigh. Like, he's got a Crown Honda tag on the back of his Ridgeline. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's like, I grew up in Greensboro. So we're talking cars immediately. So, instant friend. Like, our dad's never awake this long. Like, he's hanging out with his buddy in town. So, yeah, they're having a time. So, immediately shoot the shit with Ken. And then eventually, like, drag a chair over, sit down, and eventually, or just hanging out, having a time, and then, sit down, and I had placed the ring on my pinky because trying to do the boxing. What am I presenting to them too? Indirectly.
I mean,
they like me.
You marry their family too. I mean.
It doesn't feel like 2.5 years, dude. It's been pleasant.
2.5.
Effective tomorrow. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, like have the ring on my pinky with the ring like inside, so like pull this off. So, oh, by the way, guys, do you think she's going to like this? And they're like, for a brief moment, they're speechless, and then like, yeah, what took you so long?
Well, you know what? As exuberant as you and I both are, we still want to make sure that the time is right and the person is right. I knew you knew the person was right, but you got to make sure the time is right too. So let's see. So it was 2.5. Oh, it was.
Our first date was April 3rd, 2016.
Okay. That was, let's see, and Emily and I...
Because if you got to make a first date, y'all, make it at a pig picking at a brewery.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
You're doing it wrong.
Fuck yeah. Emily and I met May 24th, 2010, and I asked her to marry me.
It'd be so funnier if it was 2 days later.
Yeah. December 10th, 2011, I asked her to marry me, so it was a year and a half later. But when you know, and it's funny that I see other people get married and divorced and married, divorced, and they're like, oh, when you know. I'm like,
did you?
Did you know, though? I mean, come on. Like, but the thing the whole family knows how to do is get married, get divorced, and have children. Not necessarily in that order. And I've gotten married. I've not been divorced. And as far as I know, there are no little spiky-haired little loudmouth fuckers running around anywhere. So 1 out of 3 ain't bad for me. Fuck you, Meatloaf. I think 1 out of 3 is not so bad.
There's no context in that song, though.
I mean, yeah, and it's a long song and a long video. The video's very long. It's like a movie. It's
I mean,
long.
Nothing's going to top I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. Except maybe the Dr. Pepper commercial featuring the song and him. Which would be way funnier if I was sipping on a fake Dr. Pepper at the time. Instead, I've got my fake Coke Zero. Thanks, Lidl. You're a pal.
Meatloaf's real last name is...
Vegetarian.
No. 4 letters.
L-O-A-F?
A-D-A-Y. A day.
Meatloaf a day keeps Dr.
Meatloaf
away?
a day. Because his daughter, Pearl a day, is married to Scott Ian from Anthrax.
Holy fuck nuggets.
Yes.
That reminds me, I got to work on my beard game. We got Nantahala coming up, dude.
Yes. Yes. We do have Nantahala coming up, and they have an outpost coming in Silva.
I'm already wearing a shirt.
Oh, my God. I had my Nantahala shirt on.
I'm going to change that to a 2018, same effect.
I had my Nantahala shirt on, but then I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast for Sober October 2.
Nah.
And I smelled something horrible, and it was my shirt. So I shaved and showered and and cleaned up. Let's not talk about that. Steve and I have been drinking the Oscar Blues 1050. And it's named a 1050 because it's 10.5% alcohol. There's no description for 1050. It is just an imperial stout that's from Colorado and then from North Carolina indirectly because...
Where did you find that? Because that doesn't make the rounds, but also don't go to Total Wine a lot.
It's a Total Wine.
Okay.
The Total Wine that's at...
I don't know if it's an old can, but this only says Oscar Blues Brewery, Longmont, Colorado. No mention of Brevard.
Well, look at the date on the bottom of the can. I can clearly see something going on down there.
Canned on August 15th, 2018.
All right.
At 23:20. 'Twas Brillig and the Slithy Tubbs.
23. You said 23:20.
Like
canned
11 p.m.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
I don't know what sort of crypto nonsense going on here, but thanks y'all for making some good beer.
Yep.
It was just funny. Like you've got an Oscar Blues because I got the remnants of the obligatory Costco pack of beer, but then it's the Pale Ale, the IPA, the Pinner IPA, and Dale's Yellow Pilsner for $28 for a 24-pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll do. Thank you, $1.08 beers.
Thanks. What's up, math major? Yeah, last night I was like loading the fridge in the can holder and discovered the evils of how the top of the can holder, much like you have, versus the roof of the fridge, was a little too snug to shoehorn a beer in. So I wound up squishing a Pinner can so bad it punctured a hole in the can. It's spewing beer everywhere.
That's going on the list. Oh, boy.
Steve crushes the beer, literally.
Beer spew.
It's going everywhere, but it was just kind of a controlled flow. Yeah. And then, put it over the sink and then open it, and then, it just pours out.
I've got to put a fridge in here. I've absolutely got to. I don't know where I'm going to put it unless I put it where the giant box of Pop-Tarts is.
What if the Pop-Tarts box is the fridge?
I don't want to hack it up.
What if you put the Pop-Tarts box on top of the fridge?
I can do that. Or I can 3D print the Pop-Tarts box. By the way,
I know somebody.
You do? By the way,
somebody with a working one.
Oh.
Somebody that does this professionally.
Oh.
The previous trivia DJ from years ago.
Oh. I have a giant box of Pop-Tarts frosted strawberry. And when I say giant, it's 3 feet tall, which is Emily's height. And it was a prop used when I worked at my last store, and it was like a big display. And I was like, what are you guys going to do with that? They were like, we're going to crush it. I'm like, no, you are not. Can I have that? And they was like, yeah, go crazy. I don't care. So I have a giant box of Pop-Tarts that I've had for 10 years now.
It was at the house.
Yeah, it was. And it has the nutrition facts on the side, and I guarantee you, if you ate one Pop-Tart out of that box that was the size of that, I don't think it'd be 200 calories like it says. I think it'd be more like 20,000 calories.
How hard is it to make a Lester these days?
It's not hard to make it. It's easy for it to come out. I'm ahead of you only because I poured you like a good half inch to an inch after that, and I don't want you to chug the 1050 because the 1050 is good. Have you been to the Oscar Blues in near Brevard? You have not. Okay. You need to.
The timing out that way has never been conducive to make the venture to Transylvania County, which is where they keep Brevard.
True.
Best name of a county in the state, y'all.
It sucks. Blood.
Speaking of, have you heard since the hurricane? Giant mosquitoes on the loose.
Yep.
And venturing out around Holden, it's true.
That bites.
Checking my foot to make sure it hasn't swelled up anymore. That was untenable.
There's a
I gotta say they do have good taste though. They like Kaylin more. Sorry, dear.
She's sweet. There's a
Which is funny because she doesn't really have a sweet tooth.
funny.
It's just, she doesn't care for dessert. She'd just rather have more beef or chicken.
Same.
It's like I don't blame you. I was like, what's my favorite dessert? A key lime pie, which is not a terribly sweet thing.
Not really.
It's like last year, what did I do? Put candles in a key lime pie instead of a cake.
At my man, my hero. Watch him as he goes. There's a hero.
Dude, I'm not wearing a cape. I had to check, but no, I'm not. I'm going to wear the Africa map.
There's a horror movie called Skeeters, and it's about killer mosquitoes.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. I'm not going to even I watched it we watched like 10 minutes of it at my brother's house when he lived with a friend of ours named Bill. Bill, let me give you the idea of how Bill is. Bill wakes up and his breakfast is a beer and 2 cigarettes. But I digress. Bill, we went camping one time, and Greg had brought some boneless New York strip steaks. Huge. Biggest New York strips I've ever seen. Bill likes his steak. I am not kidding. Bill eats his steak completely black. So he took that New York strip. He cooked it so long that it curled up on the edges. And then he takes it off the grill and douses it in ketchup. I love ketchup.
Is he going to be president?
I love ketchup. I would not ever dare do that to a New York strip. You don't do that to a steak. You might as well just eat a burger or a piece of the black charred remains from your droppings in the bottom of your grill. Steve's making a horrible face right now. As well you should be if you're listening to this. What are you Googling?
Nope.
No?
I'm searching my photo archives for my attempt at charcoal grilling while at the beach.
Ooh. What beer you want next? The tall one?
Sure.
Yes. I'm going to need a beer, a bottle opener, because I don't have a hat on with my bottle opener in it, and I don't have my keys on me. That's not a twist off either.
And in between that, hey, there's us. Oh.
Look at that.
Probably gotta wear shades.
And you have a green shirt on. So it's almost like I'm there right now.
Heyo.
Good
shot.
I'm thinking.
I should write that.
Do you have a laptop?
Yep. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's funny story about that one. I do have a laptop. I bought it from the Grid 2 years ago, and at the time it was a 6-year-old laptop. It was dirt old when I got it, but it was a powerful, expensive laptop when I got it.
Oh, nice.
I have no idea how to charcoal grill because these came out rare, but
that's
they
okay.
were
Rare's good,
or tartar rare.
Gotcha. Thomas, what do you want? We're still recording this podcast.
Hi, Thomas.
God damn it! It should worry me that despite being a fully functional adult, and despite the fact that you do your podcast on the same day of the week, that I repeatedly cannot remember when you were doing a podcast.
Well,
Cool,
look,
because we don't either.
yeah, we don't do the podcast on the same day of the
pegged
week.
this shit
We've literally
on
done the podcast
yesterday.
every other day of the week except Monday.
I just want you to know that I hate
Why?
you so much right now.
Well, the feeling's mutual. See you in hell. We'll keep it warm for you.
Thanks, Tom.
I'll meet you there first.
What do you want? Nothing. He hung up. Nothing. He just wanted to call me, I guess.
It was kind of spiteful at the end of the last one, so
That's okay.
put your phone on mute. You'll be all right. Mine's on vibrate, so it's going to be exciting over here.
Ooh. I forgot what we were talking about. I mean, I have rewind capabilities, but I'm going to have to stop the recording. This will be the third straight episode we've done straight through without taking a break.
Yes, let's go do the thing with the stuff.
Fuck yes. It was marrying, green shirt, mountain trip. Oh, laptop. You have a laptop.
Yes, I have a laptop. It's From the looks of it, this was a ThinkPad that would have been $2,000 in 2011. During which I picked it up from the grid, because I need a money pit next to the saucer.
Yeah, of course.
For $140 bucks.
This time you gave yourself the more generous pour. The bottle's smaller.
I'm a little
You have a
concerned.
lot. You want to switch?
Yeah.
Okay. Steve and I are now drinking the Crafty Brewing Company Irish Red Ale, a shrewd old-fashioned Irish red ale, sweet and hoppy. Tell us more about it, Steve. I told us about the Oscar Blues.
This full-flavored ale has a slightly sweet and fruity aroma with a dash of roast. The single aroma hop comes through the taste and, like any gentleman, leaves a great lasting impression.
Where'd you get this from?
Lidl. That other German grocery store that now lives at Concord Mills. I went there opening day, and I got a $10 gift card.
You keep doing that.
This is now the 4th time I've been to a store's grand opening in some capacity and left with some swag. So it was a 25er at the Aldi reopening, and a tote bag full of swag at the University Big Lots, gift bags at the Lidl and Indian Trail, and now tote bags from the Lidl at Concord Mills, and a $10 gift card for being the 72nd in line out of 100 to get free shit.
I want you to know that you came to my store and you got free flowers to give to Kaylin, and it wasn't our grand opening. It was just because, A, they were out of date. 2, they were still very pretty. And C, I love you. So I just gave it to you any fucking way.
I thought it was P.S. I love you. She wants me to see that.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Hey, all right, well, she's watched a few James Bond movies. It's only right.
Do you remember when we were kids?
It's not September anymore.
Thanks, Green Day.
Wrong song. By the way, September's still going. So,
do you remember when James Bond Jr. was on?
Yeah, I may or may not have that, but I've never saw it, which is funny because James Bond is James Bond doing what he does.
Yep.
Apparently, the premise was the kid in the cartoon is his nephew.
Yeah. Which is not a junior.
That's not how this works.
It's not how that works at all.
My brother, Michael Nix, is not the son of Michael Nix in Asheville, proprietor of Liberty Bicycles.
And also, my nieces and nephews are not my children.
No. Therefore, they're not the juniors.
Not at all.
Somebody really screwed this up. Unless there's more explaining to do, because this is going to be the James Bond of West Kentucky.
Do you know what you call a beautiful woman in Kentucky?
A tourist.
Tourist. What do you call a woman who can outrun her brother in Kentucky?
Celibate.
A virgin. Before we got on air, Steve and I tried an amaretto, and I love amaretto. Oak City amaretto, and it's from Raleigh, right? Our 2.5 hour, depending on who's driving, give or take, neighbor. Super duper good amaretto. Di Serrano is really good. Oak City, arguably better. A little bit nuttier from almond, and it's local. So
I thought it was left.
How's the burr?
Super mild in comparison.
Well, I mean, we've had
it's
4.1%. Crafty Brewing Irish Red.
I was surprised to see it was like shadowy operation that isn't Star Hill Brewing, which is not owned by Anheuser-Busch. Oh, wait.
That's actually really good. That's a good session. But I like the mustache and the OK sign. You got to love it when one of your 18-year-old employees says,
Nah.
you like IPAs? I'm like, yeah, I love IPAs. Yeah, I love them, but my dad hates them. I just like the hoppiness and the floral. Or like, I'm like,
Pardon?
we're BFFs now, aren't we?
Wait, you're...
My 18-year-old employee.
Okay, I did hear that right.
Yep. Allegedly. Wink, wink, because that's not legal. And illegal is just a sick bird.
I mean, you work at a store in Canada, so that's cool.
Of course. Don't we all? Isn't the Queen on your money?
It is my preferred VPN destination.
As far
Which
as
is really strange that maybe I'm in Montreal, maybe I am in Manassas. Well, that's a state away.
well, don't
Good
make
enough.
Manassas of yourself.
Too late.
I'm gonna take a picture of the old hopping frog here because I'll be honest, a frog wearing a kilt with bagpipes is kind of the best thing I've ever seen. Like in the last
At least
2 days.
today, yeah.
Yeah, at least the last 2 days. Oh boy.
I did find a auction house, estate sale, thrift store operation with a gargantuan wooden nickel.
You're not supposed to take those.
I didn't. I only took a picture of it. And apparently that's not frowned upon.
Oh.
And if ever you find yourself in Charlotte, oh wait, you will.
Yes.
At the unfortunately named Confederate Rose, that's where it lives.
Yikes.
It's as tall as you are. I mean, the wooden nickel, not the rose.
Oh.
Oddly enough, it was next to a Stars and Bars rooster. That was weird.
He ain't gonna die.
It's been a long time since 1865, dude. Yeah, you did.
Have you seen the picture of the A1 steak sauce label? It says, founded 1863. And somebody said, so during the Civil War, somebody's like, you know what this country needs? A delicious steak sauce.
But where in 1863?
Anywhere that's not Hawaii or Alaska.
I was say anywhere that's not the coastal region of this. Like any place with a coastline may not be it. They're a bit busy.
Anywhere with a coastline or a border with Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I guess it's fair game. I mean, Louisiana Purchase was 1803, but
so that gives us.
Uh-oh, you're getting a call from Greensboro or the Triad. So that's a decline because it didn't have a name behind it. That kind of looks like a cross between a Rolling Stones album and an Eclipse.
Thanks, Doug.
Stanhope?
Latner. Jess Alps dude.
Yeah.
Preston's buddy.
Super duper good guy.
Yes.
Jess is good people too.
Yeah. They ventured out and got better Eclipse pictures than I did. So since then, that's what I've been using as my phone background.
I could go to my dad's house and get some pretty good Eclipse pictures.
Was that 3rd gen?
Unfortunately, yes. But I'll be honest, when that came out,
dude,
it was pretty eye-catching.
This is bouncing between this is entertaining and hey, let's talk about the past more because back when I was a valet at the Greensboro Airport, that car first came out. The V6 Eclipse was quite the entertaining ride. So I may or may not have made a few laps around the airport property in that.
Yeah. Zero headroom in the sunroof models, by the way.
Do not remember that detail, but I'm 5'10". I fit in everything.
Did we finish Three Car Garage Germany?
No, we still got a third. Yes!
Oh my god! Oh wow! Look at that peak. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to manually turn that one down.
Where for what?
I don't like BMWs. I'm inclined to pick an Audi, but
is it going to be rowdy?
When I watched the,
is it going to be a rowdy Audi?
Maybe. When I watched the Clarkson Audi R8 V10 versus the ZR1 Corvette, it's funny because it's like despite the Corvette's shortcomings, it's more fun. Like the Audi R8 V10 doesn't do fun; it's too serious. I'm going to try to do this like I've done every other one. I don't think I've picked the same car company every time. I'm going. Nice.
For those not watching this non-video feed,
Roadway Audi. RWDY.
Rowdy Audi.
RW.
RWY.
Rowdy is ROWDY. So it'd be RWDY, not RDWY.
RDWY?
That'd be Roadway.
Roadway Audi? Fuck it. Rowdy Audi? Fix it.
There we go. It's fixed.
It's one of those things that I keep telling people with Audis, you should do this. Hell, if I remember what I spelled it, and I've never written it down, and now I know why I haven't, because I can't spell the thing I kept saying. Roadway Audi. Yes, be a Roadway Audi.
I'm going BMW Z8.
Dude, that third Pierce Brosnan James Bond film's not going to do you well.
I don't have to watch the film to appreciate the car.
Ever seen what it looks like cut in half? Because
I will.
There's some weird shit on that.
Because I was thinking about Cayenne GTS, but I already went S-Class for daily, and I got the 911, so that's Porsche and Mercedes, so I either have to go Beamer or Audi. Mm-hmm. And other than the R8 V10, but the thing is, too, I don't really like the way they look. It doesn't excite me. What do you think about the R8 in any vintage?
When it first started, it was way more entertaining. Mm-hmm. I've driven a few, and it feels too precious to do anything with.
It's not exciting.
I mean, to look at it from the outside, your heart's going to skip a beat. That's impressive, but what the driving dynamics are of it, it's weird positioning. Like the massive blind spot.
Yep.
That's like right in your flanks. That you can't see this way, you can't see that way, because hey, there's this giant carbon panel, and it's been funny that as they've gotten newer, that blind spot's still there, but it's been shrinking.
Could you get the Z8 in stick?
You can.
Okay.
Not the Alpina Z8 though.
Who cares? Z8's a pretty car.
Faster, fancier one. Like, put the wheels on it. You'll be all right.
Exactly.
21 spokes, amateurs. I'll put 22 spoke wheels on mine.
So what's your 3?
I'll put some Daytons on mine.
What do you think your third one is? I can't think of another Audi I would want besides an S5.
Not a 5000, so you can die like a Prius?
No.
No.
I'd say any Audi pre-2004 doesn't really do it for me.
Nice Volkswagen.
Even if it went, yeah, exactly. And I like the Corrado and the Scirocco, but not enough to put it in my garage.
Did I tell you a test drove a Corrado?
What year?
92.
That's got to be close to the last.
Oh, no, that's the beginning of it.
92 was the beginning?
Because the Corrado replaced the Scirocco. The Corrado was one of the first cars, as well as the Passat, that same vintage, to have the VR6. So it was powerful, it's loud, it's raucous, it's awesome, and it had some trick ignition when the car was 10 years old that I couldn't make the car start. I test drove it. The guy in my apartment complex had it. He let me go drive it, and I couldn't, went to the store while in it, cut the car off. I don't have the Biff Tannen magical touch to make this car start again. So I had to call him like on a payphone at the time.
That's not a real thing.
That or like Nokia brick phone. Trying to get this stupid thing restarted because
Jesus.
I'm a dope.
It
Nah.
happens. I mean, Saabs are the same way. We could do 3-car garage Sweden.
Yes, we could.
We could. I forgot about Sweden.
Deep
I mean, it'd be
further derail here.
Saab and Volvo. Or Koenigsegg. Ooh. I forgot about that. All right.
Trying to come up with an answer. I gotta pee.
Go ahead. Pee while you get the answer. I could sit here and do this.
All right, you go tell the wonderful people about things and stuff from foreign lands.
Well, I really need to check in my Great Lakes Imperial Oyster Stout, but every time on my piece of shit phone I type an I, it types an O. So let's try Imperial. I cannot wait to upgrade. By the way, HTC, if you're listening, HTC phones are hot garbage. So let's see, 30th is this the 30th anniversary Oyster Stout? Yep, 30th anniversary Oyster Stout. That one was a good one. We started with that one. We're drinking the Crafty Brewing Irish Red Ale, which has a very nice mustache and a hand coming out of nowhere, kind of twiddling it between their fingers. Let's see. Let's check this beer. And by the way, congratulations to Steve. We could not be happier. Everybody in the circle of friends could absolutely not be happier for Steve for proposing to Kaylin. We all love Kaylin. They are such a good match together. We wish them many, many happy years together. We love them. We would do anything for them. If you know us, you know how much we love Steve and his quirkiness, and we just such a good person. I have nothing bad to say about him or Kaylin. So congratulations to them. While I'm checking in more beers, let's see. Hoppin' Frog, barrel aged, out of kilter. Barrel aged.
In the Schwarzer.
Yep, I can feel a twitchy muscle here in my neck.
Take some Mucinex, you'd be all right.
I'll take some Juicenex. It's cheaper.
It does arrive in liquid form.
Was that everything you ever dreamed of?
The air conditioning's on, the plumbing works. What do you want?
That's all I care about. I guess we're somewhat coming to an end here.
What if your German car isn't German, but instead it's Brazilian? I present to you the Volkswagen SP2.
Have I seen that before?
If you have to ask, you don't know.
Volkswagen SP2?
Yep.
I need to see this now. Volkswagen SP2.
If I recall correctly, this predates the Scirocco or Corrado.
Yeah,
And
I've seen
it's
that before. Yeah.
Fucking cool looking.
Yeah, that's very cool. I didn't remember what the name of it was.
Nobody
Stick?
does. It's in South America. It's got to be, because that's cheaper. Because if it breaks, it costs you $12 to fix it.
Knock knock. Oh, Wikipedia. Is that your pick?
You told me what to do, and I went with the flow. Not the Hurricane.
The SP2 was built on the frame of a variant with the same Volkswagen air-cooled engine, but upgraded to 1,700 cc's, you decadent capitalist pig.
Whoa! It's still smaller than my engine by 100 cc.
75 horsepower, propelling the car from 0 to 60 in a blistering 16 seconds.
You know what that means, right?
28 miles per gallon, though, which is still horrible because...
Just for that tiny engine?
Yeah.
But when was it?
72 to 76.
So it totally predates the Scirocco, because I think that came out 75, 77-ish. It's what happened when they squished the golf. And that first came out in about 75.
It's a miniature golf.
I'd rather play that. You know how hard it is to divot playing putt-putt?
I mean, I've
You know,
teed
it's like,
off before.
Trouble is, golf gets me teed off. I would divot less if I used a shovel.
Well, you know what? I entered a wet T-shirt contest, and I ate more wet T-shirts than everybody else. I thought I won. Evidently, that's not how that works.
I don't cotton with that one, son.
We need more props in here. We're going to need a bigger table, though, here shortly.
Do we get dimensions on this?
What's that?
Do we figure out dimensions on this table? So I have to find another one or something close enough.
Well, it looks like it's 4 feet by 2 feet. If we didn't have all the... Oops, sorry. If we didn't have all the bottles on here, we would have more room. So we might need either to vacate the bottles. Nah, we'll get a bigger table.
That's been the whole time is to get a second table that will fit.
Either that or a shrine for the bottles. There's room. I mean, now granted, if I crank the amp, it may vibrate a little bit. It's a 4x12 Mesa cabinet, so with a 100-watt Fender amp, it might vibrate a little bit. I got a closet though.
It's like your Lego F1 car.
Yes, on top of the amp, like a boss. It's a erector set. I'll have you know, it's hard. That's not Lego. It's an erector set, which is a bit more complicated than the old Legos.
Yeah, that actually takes fasteners or a welder.
Fasteners and Allen wrench and regular wrench that it came with the kit.
It's an IKEA set.
I was trying to mix them, and it doesn't sound good mixed. So we're on Libsyn now.
IKEA tour?
Liberated syndication. Libsyn, not Libsyn. It's not a library.
Liberated
library syndication. This is a library! Well, that was all that, wasn't it?
All that? Yeah.
Gotcha. So, cbgpod.libsyn.com. I keep fucking doing it. I can't fucking not do it. Libsyn.
You're free to make your own mistakes.
cbgpod.libsyn.com. Libsyn. Liberated. I'll never do it again after today. Libsyn.com and Facebook.com/CBGPod. And also
Liberate
on YouTube.
your sins at Libsyn.com.
Liberate your sins. Motherfucker, yes, I never Disturbed. Liberated.
Dude, I didn't know what the hell he's saying.
You don't have to.
Awesome, but
You don't have to.
No.
You don't have to.
It's like, holy shit! Is he having a stroke, or is this foaming in the mouth?
Me going to the doctor. Say, it appears you're down with the sickness.
That was like how that like dates back to when I lived in Raleigh. Like I was still doing that shit then. I figured out a long time ago how to do the
That's been
4.
How many years?
14.
14 years, not 4 years.
Like I meant 4.
Oh, okay. I was going to
It's
say
more fun to refer to the single-digit years as single digit, not it's 02.
2004.
My car's an 03. Your car's an 04.
Nope. 97.
Your car, not your Jeep, son.
Aw.
Nerf.
Narf.
Your car's a -3.
I'm okay with that. It's still, everything still works. There's no infotainment screen to adjust my footwell lighting.
My aftermarket infotainment, hell, that's 5 years old. It's finicky, but it works. Like it's from the era when Bluetooth and GPS cost extra. Android Auto didn't yet exist.
Yeah.
I have a touchscreen that connects to a 1/4 terabyte flash drive. So all I'm listening to is old Smoking Tires and car stuff and the Henry Rollins Music Podcast.
That's got to be just riot.
Oh, it keeps me entertained. And it's got an auxiliary input, so let's say we will listen to more Dandy Warhols. Oh, wait, I have them too, because the flash drive's massive. And I'm this close to picking up a $90 512 gig flash drive. Thanks, Woot, you vile temptress. It's popped up 3 times. Like, I want to get this. I shouldn't spend that money. Because I've already got a 512 gig external SSD.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered in the winter, it doesn't work. It is not meant for automotive use. Like nothing in it's stamped as such, but it is up and quits.
Mm.
But like plain Jane thumb drives, like I've sent a few through the wash. They keep going.
Well, a long story short, from about 30 minutes ago, I asked you if you had a laptop because I was thinking about recording an episode of this while we were in the mountains.
Okay.
One evening. So
dude, we have a party of 10 there too. That'd be insane.
It would be a party of 8, but still 3 better than the shitty show.
Yeah.
So we might do that. We'll see if we can figure it out.
Okay.
I think that's it. Episode 17. We can now go see a rated R movie.
Yay!
Well, first,
wait, does this mean I have to change your name?
Well,
this isn't This American Life. Never mind.
No, it's not. Or Live from Here, which is Tom Papa's new Prairie Home companion, and it's very entertaining, actually.
Nice.
Well, I'm good. I'm AJ.
I'm Steve.
Steve, we're done with episode 17. What creative, positive vibes do you have to send to everybody?
Get an 03 GT.
Mustang? Vibe? Elantra?
My car, Vibe, GT 03. It's entertaining more often than not, even as an old age.
Don't get an 03 XJ. Because it's a Liberty. And it's garbage. Ugh, it is.
Go ahead, find one. It doesn't exist.
For real. Well, that's it, folks. We'll see you on episode 18 very soon. I'm AJ.
Toodle's good.
Later.
I'm Steve.
Yes. Yeah, all that.
Nah. Time.